Welcome back to Graveyard Keeper, where yesterday we finally figured out a way to get zombie juice through alchemy, and we automated stone. So now we have iron, coal, stone, and wood all automated through zombies, and there's no way I can keep up with the production of those. But that's a good thing, I guess. In between recording this and the last episode, I messed around with these alchemy stuff. In between the last episode and this, I messed around with these a bit, the alchemy. I figured out a bit. I didn't look anything up still, but I think I have a bit of a better understanding of how this stuff works. So the biggest thing that I figured out was I can break down goo in the alchemy table to make different things, and then I was somehow able to get these discovered. So to start off, I think I'm gonna just mess around a lot more with that. What I did see was that I can break down fat into oil, like so. And I think that should be pretty useful as far as the alchemy goes, because I know like some of the paint and stuff needed that in order to actually function. One thing I kind of want to do is just get a bunch of stuff in my inventory just to see if it can be thrown into the alchemy thing at all. Yeah, so it looks like none of that's able to be used. However, we can try oil with a lot of these powders. An achievement, apprentice. I think it's brown paint that I just got. Yeah. I'm assuming oil with all of these things, yeah, is gonna make a tons of different colored paints. What I get for filling inventory with junk. It'll break down all of these though. We just gotta mush down the brains though. Gotta feed our zombies. Let me mush down the intestines. So I have blue, brown, white, black, and red paints. So black and white are the only ones that use water so far. Death powder and water. Let me try death powder and oil to see if it makes black powder or black paint as well. Makes dark violet paint. Yeah, so it looks like whenever we mess something up, it just turns it into goo. And I've unlocked a lot of paint now. That's not super helpful for figuring out how to make these. Kali and acid. Alkali. I'm gonna look up what this is, if it's a thing, to hopefully get some insight into how I might be able to make it. Chemical component that neutralizes acids and turns effervescent.
Yeah, not helpful.
Trying my best not to turn to the wiki. It's getting harder with every passing day. Under normal circumstances, I would be all over a wiki. Well, I guess I am still at a loss. Now I guess I'll just grab a bunch more stuff. I don't know, metal, woods. Cool. And not a single bit of it can be thrown in or broken down. Well, ash is almost definitely useful. Can we make black paint? Yeah. Do I have, yeah, I have two different recipes of black paint now. So I guess this is a really consistent source of ink, because ash and oil can both be gotten from bodies. You can burn bodies for ash and extract fat into oil. So if nothing else came from today. Oh! I got something that wasn't paint. Mixed salt, that's the other powder you get from burning bodies. This is promising though, because these bottles here look the same as this one here. So hopefully they're crafted in a similar manner. Kind of like how all the paint is like the powder and then oil. I just need to figure out the solution. Okay, not quite. Salt water. Not enough energy. What a cliffhanger. we'll never know what happens when you mix salt and water. I realize that I've been shoving random stuff together on that table for like 2 in-game days now. By the time I get acid, I'm gonna have like a recording length of 3 hours. Previously on Alchemy, mixing salt and water. Electric goo. Oil. Okay, so salt is not useful with any of the bases that I've established. So in my mind, the bases are oil, water, and then life solution. And the like primary mixing things are all the powders. One thing I'm concerned is if what you put in which slot matters. For instance, if I click in this first slot here, I can stick in all the powders, oil and water, but I can't stick in life solution. However, in the second slot, I can't stick in any of the powders, but I can stick in water, life solution, and oil. So that makes me think that this is a primary slot, that's a secondary slot. And then oil and water can both be primary or secondary materials. The life solution is only a secondary material. Oh, blood! That's the other one. I haven't been mixing blood with anything. Where did all of my blood go? I only have 4? Like I've been throwing it all into the alchemy table or something. I'm very rapidly going to need more blood for my shenanigans. Goo of death. Blood and life solution. I only have 1 more blood that I brought with me. This is awful. I don't know how I'm going to financially recover from this. I'm going to move the conical flasks and sand over to the bookmaking shelf. Also, I think there's an alchemy thing that I can build. Yeah, this alchemy rack. Let me do that real quick. That'll be nice to store stuff. Sweet. This is incredibly aggravating. Okay, I might do like some kind of like storage area. They're all lined up here then. I think I can fit 3 eventually. One thing I'm concerned about is if this is even going to automatically hook up to like anything else. Oh, I can. Nice. Maybe I'll just fill it with all of my goo then. Yeah, for some reason I think all of this goo is just when you fail, it gives you goo, and it's just a way to refund some of the resources that you spent. So the next thing I want to try is going to be delving back into the dungeon, but I actually want to grab a couple more bodies as well. Also, one thing I think I saw, again, this was while looking at health powder for a thumbnail, is that you can mash down the green stuff into, what was it, health powder? Which is really convenient because that's one of the resources that you need to craft zombie juice. Needs a faith to study. If this is not... Oh. Editing me realizing I never mentioned here that this is where I discovered in order to break something down, you had to research it first. Got a body, yeah, that's pretty fast. Unless it's really good, I kind of want to burn it just for more ash salts, and then I can take out stuff like blood and fat for more materials. Okay, let's grab some more science. Kind of feel bad for just wasting all my faith. Ooh. That might not be a waste. That can be mushed down into powder. Can also be mushed down into chaos solution. Okay, so this mushes things into powders and this mushes things into liquids. This is what's odd, is that it can be decomposed into essence. I'm not sure where to decompose things into essence. Oh! Yikes. Ooh. Oh, and it was good too! No! Oh gosh. Oh no. Yes. Hold. Let me try something. Nothing ever goes right. I think I broke it. You know what? We can always dig them up here. Could be worse than a white 4. Guess I should keep my body parts down here. Oh, I should make more alchemy racks. I don't know if there's any kind of like limitations on what you can stick in what type of storage, but the place where I have the alchemy rack now is actually a really convenient spot. It's in between the mortuary and the alchemy lab, and it's connected to the alchemy lab, so I can automatically pull things out of it from any of the alchemy stations. But it's close enough to the mortuary where if I want to like grab stuff from the mortuary and store them there, or bring stuff out and test them here, it is not much of a problem. I could go for alchemy workbench 2. That may have been a mistake. Steel parts, jointing, can make a distillation cube. Hopefully that's what breaks down the stuff into the vile substances. I'm actually not a fan of this placement. I kind of want to rearrange where everything is down here, but I will do my best to hold off on that for now. Okay. Okay. I take it back. I might like these down here, especially if these are timed. Things are happening. Perfection. So this bottom one here, I think I'm just going to load with all the non-stackable corpse parts. And from now, I'm going to load this middle one here with all the stackable corpse parts. There's so much I realize now that, you have to research something to see what it decomposes into in order to actually decompose it into stuff. It can be decomposed into fluid and essence. Nice. I've been really putting off a lot of this alchemy stuff, kind of just because I generally have a distaste for just the raw stuff in the crafting things and just see what happens. However, it is quite satisfying to actually get this stuff to kind of work. Order extract. I have a sneaking suspicion that all of these extracts are going to be bases like water and oil, which is kind of scary. It means I'm going to have tons of stuff to actually mix now. So let me grab some more of this and some more of this. I'm going to see what they break down to on the hand mixer, I think it is, and then the distillation cube. And mixer with jelly, acceleration solution, order solution. Oh, they still can't be put in. These don't even go in as secondary solutions. Don't go in here either. So then what do I use these extracts for? So green jelly is common, so I'm gonna make a decent amount of the order solution. And then I'm gonna start mixing that with a bunch of random stuff to just try if I can get something out of it. Because as soon as I find the pattern, it's a lot easier, kind of like the paint, where it's like just the powder and whatever oil. So despite my search for the pattern of how solution works, I was not able to figure it out here and wound up throwing stuff together for a good 10 minutes. I think what I'm gonna do is free up some inventory space, take a quick nap, then delve back down here. Ooh, a chest? Oh, that lot of good that is now. Wait a second. Oh, I can get like silver and stuff out of the mine or the dungeon down here. That looks like fire. That's scary. One thing that's interesting to note is that we should have already been down that low in order to just complete the snake quest at all. So we kind of just caught up to where we were supposed to be in the dungeon. Which means if we delve further, we might find stuff that we actually haven't seen before. I feel like I haven't seen daylight in ages. Oh my gosh, I did it. Don't let anyone tell you I'm not a god gamer. I have in fact gotten an epic Victory Royale in 1490. Got onion and pumpkin seeds. Not enough to plant a field, but fortunately it does not look like I got anything that can be used for alchemy. Outside of like the bunches of powders, but I think I already had all of them before. Because today I'm not allowed to leave the basement until I figure out how to make acid. Okay, maybe not acid specifically. Graphite powder. That seems really useful and I'm scared to use it. Unless I can make more out of graphene, but I apparently used it all because I'm a fool. So while I wait to test out that theory, I grabbed a ton of stuff to study. Different plan. Let's not do it on all of the ore type resources. Let's do it on the organics. Ooh, maggots are a hit. Carrots are a hit. Cabbage is a hit. Health solution. Health solution. Life solution. Health powder. Oh, bone goes into white powder? I forget what I needed this for. Okay, it's Sunday now, and we've got our sermon to run. Okay. All that faith we just got. We can now research hemp. Also breaks down into... Whoa, there's a lot of green. So hemp can be broken down into powder. Acceleration powder. Make acceleration acceleration extract. And a little bit of failed alchemy later. Oh, you know what? Right. Oh, he's still really fine. Oh, does that actually like preserve him? Well, regardless. Nice. You know, that might actually be what we need. If I recall way back to the start of this recording. At the start of this, I looked up Akali, and it mentioned something about limestone. So maybe if we can break it down somehow. Freshener. That's one more. Yet again, another long session of failing to find anything in alchemy. Well, actually this time I did find something, but pretty much the only thing was the energy potion, which I believe is crafted with like acceleration powder and acceleration solution. But yeah, another good 5 minutes of just failing to do anything actually productive. So with a bunch more failed alchemy and just an energy potion to go for it, I still don't even know what extract can be used for. Like, do I need the alchemy workbench too in order to do it? That I need steel parts and jointing. Things are coming together. Can be decomposed into powder. work with some of this then. Well, I mixed graphite powder with everything, and it only mixed with water to make black paint. It may happen that one day I figure out how alchemy works. It appears that day is not quite yet today. However, much progress on that front has been made. Unfortunately though, my recording time is heading up on 2 hours, and it's currently like 3 a.m. and I'm all out of energy in real life to try to figure out this alchemy business. Yet again, I am aggravated by not being able to figure out how to craft oil and whatever else we need to make embalming stuff. One would think it'd be much simpler than this. And the constant gameplay of just chucking stuff at the alchemy station is getting rather old. However, next time we can grab assembly stand and iron castings. May even be able to go for steel, but that's going to be much, much harder with the 100 extra red points we're going to need. Hopefully then we can actually craft the Alchemy Station 2 and maybe figure out the rest of the shenanigans we need to get acid, but if that doesn't work, I'll probably just look it up. However, unlocking those techs and diving into both of those are going to come next time because I am all out of time, so hopefully we'll catch you then.